20% of those funds would be in the top 5% globally, and that's not by accident, right? Brazil is a very large market domestically, and there's real scarcity of capital. So whoever is able to raise finds clean water and doesn't have to fight with insane CAC to grow. And the larger companies, the winners, are sizable enough to deliver outsized returns. So this founder and an LP actually asked me, why should VCs be investing in Brazil at this point? And I think there are multiple factors, but if we look historically, the first vintage of VC in Brazil, the 2012 vintage, is an outstanding vintage, right? 20% of those funds would be in the top 5% globally, and that's not by accident, right? Brazil is a very large market domestically, and there's real scarcity of capital. So whoever is able to raise finds clean water and doesn't have to fight with insane CAC to grow. And the larger companies, the winners, are sizable enough to deliver outsized returns. So that was the story up to 2012. You fast forward it 15 years, what happens is that whereas in 2012 we didn't have experienced founders, we didn't have teams, we had nobody that had actually built and run a startup, right? We were investing in first-time founders and first-time teams do it for the very first time. And then that completely changed over the last 15 years. We trained a few 100,000 people on how to build and scale startups. And these people are now coming back to build it again. So from the supply side of founders and talent perspective, the evolution is massive. And this is a massive inflection point for the Latin American market, whereas now we can build teams that can compete globally and that have the talent pool to do so. And when you combine that with the still a very scarce availability of capital, the funds that are now deploying should be in a great position to deliver amazing results over the next few years, right? So that's what's making us very excited about investing in LATAM and investing specifically in Brazil, where the market's a little bit more advanced in terms of talent. And that's why we think this is an opportunity that should not be missed by any other allocators, right? Where everybody is fighting themselves off and paying insane valuations in a valley, that will build large companies. That's not a discussion, right? Large companies will come out of the valley, but probably will have better deals and better multiples in Latin America, because you can arbitrage a very large market, very scarce capital supply, and an abundance of talent coming up to build it again. So that's why we're excited. I hope founders are also as excited, and also LPs see the opportunity to provide outsized returns to their portfolio. If you have further questions, put a question here in the link, and I'm happy to continue this conversation.